Good afternoon. Well,
Is it
yes, it is
almost?
afternoon.
Hi there.
So, welcome to the Supercharge My Life show. It's episode 1, and we just want to have a little chat today about what we mean by supercharging my life.
Yeah, it's our first show, so we want to let you know that we're focused really on working with women who are really stuck.
And so, sometimes a lot of the ladies that we're working with, they find themselves in this place where their energy has just totally plummeted. They're finding it really hard to maintain their weight, or they're finding that the weight is creeping on. And, things like the real struggle with hunger and cravings.
Hunger and cravings, what a nuisance. Hunger and cravings is hunger and cravings
And
make
so you
everyone
end up
feel bad.
thinking like, every minute of every day you're thinking about food and you can't stop thinking about food, and it's a really horrible place to be in because you just end up feeling controlled by food and your thoughts about food, and just feeling really stuck and helpless.
Feeling a bit helpless, whenever you feel helpless, that never feels good. And there's the other side of people that we're working with who are really, those people have never really been overweight. They've never had any weight issues at all. They've always been slim. They've always been the ideal person that others sort of really envy and would love to be. And those people have never had any weight on, but all of a sudden they're finding their energy is really, really poor, and their weight is starting to creep up for the very first time in their lives.
And when people get to this place, either of those scenarios, people get to that place where they just start to blame, well, is it just because I'm getting older? I've got into my 40s, I've got into my 50s, I've just hit this point and I'm getting older. And when we think about people getting into their 40s and 50s, they're not getting old yet, so we're still young. There's plenty of life to live, so we can't blame it on getting older. And then the other thing maybe that people blame it on is, well, is it just menopause? Is that the thing that's doing all the damage? It's making me put on weight, it's making my energy low, it does so many horrible nasty things. Maybe that's the thing.
That could be, but what if it could be our slow metabolism? That could be something that people are worried about.
Slow metabolism.
We've heard about that before.
We have heard about the slow metabolism.
Concerned about that slow metabolism that crawls along and doesn't do all the things you really would love it to be doing because it's so slow.
And so really we know that people, when they're feeling stuck, they're just feeling like the things that they've done in the past don't work anymore. All the things that you used to do to get back in shape, to feel a bit better in yourself, those things don't work anymore. So what is it? Why is it that those things don't work for you anymore? And how do we get into this stuck place anyway?
Well, it sort of creeps up on us and does a really nasty trick on us, because over time we're eating the wrong foods and we don't really realise anything is changing in our lives. We're eating what we like, we're eating what we enjoy, and
even sometimes we're trying to eat, healthier foods and
could
but
be.
Maybe they're not just as good for our metabolism as we think they are.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, over all of this time that you're eating these foods, you've always been able to stay in shape, or you've been always able to at least lose weight whenever you put some weight on. And every time you put a few pounds on, a normal time is Christmas time, people to put on a few pounds, and it's very easy to get that off again. You just know you do. I do A, B, C and D, and I'm going to lose that weight. But all of a sudden it's like, those things don't just work so well. They used to be really reliable.
They used to work, no problems. And then you find yourself at this, getting a little bit older, or getting a little bit into menopause, or with a slow metabolism. You blame it on all of those things, but actually it's because of the patterns that we've had over many years that have led us to this place.
And what happens to us is we actually get stuck in sugar burning, and our body goes from being a nice flexible metabolism that can pop in and out of sugar burning, in and out of fat burning, and we get stuck in this sugar burning mode. And that really is...
It's a horrible place to be in. So really, you know, when your metabolism is working the way it should work, that means that, for example, if you suddenly needed to dash across the road because it's pouring down with rain and you want to get to the other side nice and quick, you can rush over the road.
That doesn't really sound like a reason to really run. But it's like, okay, your grandchild or your child has fallen down,
okay,
and the bus is going to run over them. Okay, well, you might feel a wee bit more motivated, hopefully.
So you're going to dash over the road to go and rescue them, and your body...
Mind you, with all this homeschooling,
it could be different.
Might not. Okay, no, we will rush.
We'll still rush over the road, and we'll go and rescue the child or the grandchild who's fallen down and is about to get wiped down by the bus. We're going to rush over the road, go and
grab them.
And what happens is your body taps into the sugar. That's when you need the sugar fuel to give you that instant burst of energy. It's that quick energy to help you dash and do the things that you need to do.
It's the jet fuel that some of us don't even think what we really have, but when it's required, your body just gives it to you and you can sprint for...
And we all know you can do amazing things when you're really under pressure and you have to do it. But then when you're going about kind of, you know, day-to-day life and you're maybe working, you're
walking
doing
up
a bit
and
of
down
ironing,
the stairs,
getting some dinner ready. That is all stuff where we shouldn't need to have to sprint to do it.
Unless we're in the last minute ironing.
The last minute ironing before you go out. But general day-to-day stuff should be at a much more even keel, and that's when we tap into our fat burning engine to give us the fuel. We don't need to get the instant fuel. We can nice and gently work on the fat burning, and that should allow our body to tap into fat stores to get energy when we need it, and have the instant burst of sugar energy when we need that extra burst. But when we get stuck in when we get stuck in sugar burning, we kind of know it, because your need for snacking is much higher. You feel more hungry, you're always craving for things, your energy is dropping all the time, and you sort of go into this idea that you actually need sugar to have any energy at all. And for you, because you've become stuck in this sugar burning mode, that is what you need, because your body isn't able to use anything else. So you're snacking all day. Some people become total grazers, things they never did before, or they're really drinking lots of tea, lots of coffee, and their energy is really very, you get a bit more energy for a short period of time. Before you know where you are, it's all gone. And so it becomes this really vicious circle, because you eat the food that has some sugar, carbohydrates in it, gives you that instant energy, but very quickly it plummets down. You use what you can use, the rest gets stored in your fat stores, then your energy drops again, and you're not able to access the fat stores the way you should be to get your energy, so your energy's really low, so you reach for more sugar and carbs, and you go round in this circle.
Oh, it sounds horrid.
It is horrid.
It's horrid.
It's a really horrible place to be.
A really horrible place to be.
The thing is, you say to yourself, why have I got no willpower? Why is it that I have to keep snacking? Why does my energy feel so low? And you feel like it's your fault. You feel like it's your fault because you've got no willpower. But this is... when you understand this, how it's working, you haven't got a chance, because if your body cannot tap into energy, it's going to shout at you and scream at you until you give it something. Sugar, exactly. So it's not that you don't have willpower, it's just that you don't have the right plan in place to allow you to tap into your fat burning engine, and that's when you can have as much energy as you need all day long to do everything that you want.
So, supercharging your life is way more than being in shape, having more energy, how much you weigh, what size of dress size you might have. It's really about having better relationships, having far more happiness in your life, feeling great about yourself, being self-confident. And it's those sort of things that really give you and help you to feel great in your life,
and helping you to feel like you're going through life and really enjoying it, rather than just trying to get through another day, trying to get through unscathed. And obviously at the minute life is challenging for everybody, But if we can just cope a little bit better, because we're not struggling for energy all the time, that makes such a difference to all of the other struggles and all of the other things that are happening in life as well.
And you know, whenever we are stuck and we're struggling with low energy, our moods may be poor, we don't feel great about ourselves, we look in the mirror and we say, oh my goodness, what has happened? And before you know where you are, all of those feelings about yourself, how you look, how you feel, has a knock-on effect into every area of your life. And before you know where you are, your relationships are getting a little worse, your friends don't really want to chat to you, all of the things that makes life so fun and enjoyable is all getting a wee bit worse and a wee bit worse.
But I think one of the things, you know, when we talk about supercharging my life, yes, what we're eating and how we're feeling and our energy is all a part of that, but how we're thinking is a big part of that too. You know, how we think really does matter, and it matters because it affects every single thing we do in life. So how we think makes a difference.
Whenever we want to make a permanent change, nothing will be permanent for us unless we change how we see it, how we're thinking, and then we can really experience a permanent change in the results that we're having.
And you know, it's when you start to change how you think that you start to develop new habits, and those habits become permanent because you've changed how you thought about it. If you just try to change a habit but you haven't changed your thoughts behind that habit, then you change a habit for a few days and before you know it, you slip back into the old ways again.
And you know, when you get those new habits that you can develop with different thinking, then your life starts to change and things start to become much better for you, and everything takes on a new tilt.
Takes on a new tilt, and that's, you know, that is really when the habits change one by one, little habits. That's when your life changes. That's when it leads on to a supercharged life, and this is really what we're looking at, is the supercharged life.
The supercharged life, and this is where we feel happy. Happiness skyrockets. We feel fantastic in that way, and everything that we look at seems much better.
And that includes looking at yourself. So your self-image gets better. You start to feel more self-confident, feel better in yourself, have better body confidence.
And all of those things, when you start to feel better and feel more confident, then the relationships in your life are much, much better. Your mood improves. You're a much happier person to be around.
And also everyone around you gets the benefit.
Yes,
of the
ripple effect that goes out into your world, where everybody in your world is benefiting from the changes that you are making. So you're very generous with the changes that you make when you supercharge your whole life.
And you know, so it really is, it's all about having more life, enjoying life more, and about creating permanent changes that you feel confident and happy in.
So we'll be bringing lots more chit-chat around supercharging our lives and how we can do that and what it means and all the bits and pieces of it and how we can piece it all together and bring the puzzle together so that you can really feel great. This was our first episode, so we hope you've enjoyed it. It's given you a wee idea as to what we'll be chatting about and who we want to help. And we really look forward to chatting to you more often. Exactly. So it is Monday, so have a great week, and we will look forward to episode 2 coming up soon. Look forward to episode 2, and you can join us for our free 5-day challenge if you want to really start supercharging your life, and you'll get the link to the challenge in the page. Okay, so we look forward to talking to you soon.
Have a great day.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.